You try to throw me for a loop here. You try to play games with me.
Play
You're
mind
like,
games.
we're gonna do. Yeah, you were like, all right, we'll start with this one, and then we started with fruits baskets, and I was like,
But you said like
you son of
mystical. I
a.
was like, you said mystical and mysterious. I was like, we're gonna go fruits basket. So I went fruits basket. Word
Yeah,
association, guys.
I, yeah, it was good job. Like I had a way to like put it all together because I was like, okay, let me find my other notes. It was
It
easy.
is
It was
good.
good.
It is easy. All right, so we're gonna get into Ouran High School Host Club. Got all my
Going on
stuff.
high school host club.
Oh, ready. And three,
Bop, bop, bop,
two,
bop, bop.
1. Hey guys, thanks for joining us here on Anime Me Podcast. It's me once again, Joe Angel, with my co-host Sal, and we are here to continue on our Sojo Train Slice of Life anime binge.
I love it. I love it. It's these make sense. The whole slice of life thing. Did you do this on purpose for Thanksgiving? Like this is a slice of
Slice of
pie,
pie, yeah.
slice.
That was the only thing I think of because, like I
Like
said,
since
I don't think there's a Thanksgiving anime. Like, the only closest thing would be Slice of Life stuff.
there's not. Like of course there's not. There's
Yeah.
Christmas music. There's Halloween music. There's no
Dude,
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving's
music,
been
dude. There's
like
no
taken
like.
out of the loop, man. I don't know what happened to
It
it. It
really
used
has,
to be
dude.
big.
It People jump ship, man. Like Halloween is not even over yet, and people already puts the Christmas lights, and then
Dude,
Thanksgiving is like,
tell
what
you.
the heck, dude? What about me?
Like, come on. We got these 2 holidays before Christmas. Like, what happened?
I think people, people don't like it as much as I don't know, as they should. I think, you get together
Yeah.
with your families, and you're like, I don't want to be around with these people,
And
like
so, like, I got to see
all
him
I'm
again
here
in like a
for.
month anyway. So there's no.
It should be
Yeah.
spread out. That there it is. We need to
Yeah.
spread it out.
This is
There's too
like
many.
too many gatherings back to back. Only
Yeah,
got so many
yeah,
days in a year to, like, take off.
yeah. The rest. I'm watching anime, and then I see
Yeah.
my family. Spread it
Spread
out.
it out, man. I mean, I'm trying to start this diet, and these back to back holidays aren't helping at all, man.
I'm on that
That
seafood
seafood
diet. I
diet, I see
seafood.
it, I eat it.
I. Yeah, exactly.
All right,
All right, all
guys.
right, all
Well,
right.
today our next slice of life anime is we're gonna take a slice of a high school anime called Ouran High School Host Club.
Of course, we're in high
Of
school, bro.
course,
Like, this is what anime is. Like, if I was gonna write an anime, I'm like, all right, where do
high
we
school.
start? Oh, we're
We're
in
in school.
school.
First of all, we're in school.
Yeah, we- we're in school. What do we do? Doesn't matter. We're in an academy. We're at school. There are kids in uniforms, and then fill in the blank. You got yourself. You got yourself an anime. Oh, wait, but by the way, not just any school. Holy crap! This school is like. It's not a school. It's not a school. I don't know what this place is. It's a
Oh, it
mansion.
is. It's like the most prestigious thing ever, man.
All right, let me give us a synopsis real quick. Okay, how do you say this name? How do you say our protagonist's
Haruhi.
name?
Haruhi.
Haruhi?
Yeah, Haruhi.
Haruhi. Okay, here we go. After Haruhi literally stumbles in on the Ouran host club and breaks an expensive vase, she discovers there's only one way she'll be able to pay for the damage, working as a host. Whatever any of that
Boom.
means. Dude, after I watched it, even after the synopsis, and even I think even Haruhi is like even confused,
Yeah.
like what's happening?
Yeah.
What are they doing? What is
Straight
this? They're
confusion,
in a
man.
school. Yeah, the school looks like a mansion. There are a bunch of rich people around. I don't know how she technically can afford to be at this school. They don't know how she can afford to be at this school. She breaks this vase that's like $1 billion, and it's the only way
It's
that she
very
can
much like Prince and the Pauper type of thing.
yeah, it is. Or I was thinking there was the other one I was thinking of.
Or
I don't
Like
know. Yeah, but
Aladdin, like gets the genie
okay,
to be rich.
yeah, I guess
But
so.
yeah,
I'm just thinking like, what's going on here? And oh, and the other thing. Okay, here's the other thing that would add to if I was gonna do an anime. We're in a school, an academy of some sort, and one of the parents has died or is no longer with
yeah,
us, or either both of the parents are dead.
yeah.
Right? Am I wrong to think that
That's what it
that
is, man.
happens?
I mean, I don't know.
It happens a lot,
It's
right?
that Disney effect, man. You need one dead parent.
Uh, Yeah, I think so. It honestly kind of feels that way. Like, you add a little bit of, so yeah, we come in on Haruhi, who is a girl who is kind of what would you say her? She's not like tomboyish, but she's kind of
I would say tomboyish
uh
because like
yeah, she's a little
you go through this
homely.
episode, you kind of learn her personality. She's like doesn't really care about like appearances that much. Not in
Yeah,
the fact
yeah.
like she doesn't
She's
like
kind of
she's not like dirty or filthy and everything, but she doesn't like
yeah, yeah.
she doesn't think it's important to
She doesn't
like
put a
do
whole
all
lot
the
of
makeup and stuff like that. Because her is just like I'm trying to get
which
this education because I'm on a scholarship, which that's how she got into this prestigious school
yeah.
because she took tests, got the highest grade, and was able to win a scholarship to come through this immaculate mansion that's somehow a school.
I mean, I'm already, learning things, as if I were like some like 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid watching the show, I'm like, you know what? This Haruhi, she's got it together. She doesn't care what other people think. She's not all stuck up and into their looks and into their money like the rest of these kids are at this academy. Like, she is somebody to look
Oh
up
yeah,
to, right?
she is a
A
role
little
model
bit,
for
right?
sure.
Because the other kids are terrible, by the way. They're all like
They're all
they,
snooty rich
they
kids.
call her they call and they're super sneaky. They call her a commoner.
Oh
She was
god,
like, ugh, commoner. Okay, okay. Let me like. We're not even going to talk about the basics of this show because it's pretty funny. I'm also very lost. What the heck? They're like a host club. She's trying to pay back. She breaks this vase, and the club, the Ouran host club, is like, all right, well, you know what you got to do? You need to host, or you need to have 1,000 customers.
yeah.
And I'm like, what is this what customers? What are we?
I thought this was a school. Is this a
I,
business?
that that's what I was thinking. I was just like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I thought we were at school. She's got to like they think she's a boy, and so they dress her up in like this fancy clothes. There's another guy, Tamaki, who's like the leader of this club, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna make you into the best host ever,
He kind of
and you need to be able to like,
takes him under his wing to like,
eh,
hey,
he's him, yeah,
I'm gonna pump you up. You know, you're gonna be my
yeah, yeah,
squire. When we're done with you, you're gonna be a knight.
you're gonna be a true gentleman, and you're gonna have all kinds of ladies fawning after you." But then I'm like, what's happening? I still don't know. Like there are girls all hanging out.
Yeah,
There's this club, and then you're supposed to like talk to these girls,
yeah, and it's so funny because
and
like
then
when they first meet her, he's like, he's all like, oh hey, because he thinks they all think she's a boy. He's like, oh hey, you know, we don't
mhm,
get many of your type of customers here. He's like, but if that's what you're into,
yeah,
you know, what do you like? Do you like the cool type? Do you like the twins? Do you like
uh-huh,
the
uh-huh,
little Lolitas? Do you like the cool? Do you like the mysterious? Do you like the prince? Like he starts naming off each of their characteristics.
yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe they're like, what's the word? Not chaperones, maybe a little bit like chaperones, but even more worse, escorts. Are they escorts? Joe and Joel, are these high school kids learning to
They're
like
running a brothel
take
outside of
out
the
a
school.
yeah. Probably. Like she's supposed to get like 1,000 customers. I'm like, this fool is pimping. Like Tamaki is a straight up pimp, and he's like, put on this outfit, get out there and work this
Straight
corner,
up
bro. I
pimp, man.
don't know.
He's been hanging out with Big Daddy Kane. He's on that pimp stride.
Yeah, he does have a strong pimp hand. I'm not. I still don't get it. There was a lot of things that happened in the show that I'm like, okay, like every time something happens in an anime that I'm like, okay, this is like a cultural
Yeah,
thing, or this is some sort of like anime thing that I don't get. But I'm like, this is probably like a trope. This is some sort of thing that happens often. And one of the things was there was a weird interaction. I don't remember what provoked this, but there's two twin brothers, and the brother gets like he does something dumb or something
yeah,
like that, or he forgets something, and the other brother consoles him, but like a little too
yeah,
affectionately. He kind of like gets in his face, and he's like, "It's okay, bro." And they look like
yeah.
they're gonna kiss, Joey.
Yeah,
They
so that's
they
that's
made me
one of the
they
so part of like going into actual anime fandom and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of like girls, mostly girls, but there's like a big draw to like the gay aspect of characters and anime and stuff like that, like the stories and stuff like
kind
that.
of
Like there's like a
androgynistic.
big following on that when it comes to the actual fandom.
Hmm.
And so this is like
Hmm.
playing into that part a little bit. Even though like they themselves aren't like that, they know what girls like, and so that's like the front they put on for the girls.
Okay, as a
Yeah.
shoujo. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see that. There was also a funny little thing that happened in the show that, I mean, I guess it's just like a style or something. It was kind of, it was a little, it was the only thing that kind of was a little goofy for me was Haruhi walks in on the club and they're all kind of just chatting. She's in the wrong place and doesn't know where she's at, and but they show this vase and they have the arrow pointing to this vase every now and then, like almost like a
Yeah.
video game. Just like it, and it even makes a little arrow, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 like pointing towards it. And I'm like, what is this? Like, is she supposed to? Is there something inside the vase that has hints in it for her next level or something?
It's more just drawing your attention to the vase, like, hey, pay attention to this vase because it's going to be integral to the story.
And it was. She ends up smashing it, and I love how dramatic they make the smashing of this vase because it does look
Oh
nice.
yeah.
And she knocks it over, and she's like almost got it, and it's in slow motion and just barely out of reach, and it smashes to the ground to a billion pieces. And supposedly it was like what, 8 million yen.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much?
Ridiculously expensive.
What's 8 million yen? I don't know what the what the
I
exchange
think it's like
is.
eight hundred
It can't be
thousand.
like
I think.
eight hundred
I
thousand
think so.
dollars. So she's gotta do some
Yeah.
things. I don't know what
Yeah, they
I don't know.
basically Tamaki, who we find out is the leader of this gang, the pimp. He's all like, "Oh, in order to pay back you, you're gonna be our slave. You're gonna be our errand boy."
Oh yeah, yeah. They called her the host
Yeah,
club dog, which is pretty cold blooded. Like they're all like it's so funny how much they lean into the whole snootiness of the whole
oh
thing.
yeah,
Like the poor people coffee, because the first thing that she has to go do is like go get us
yeah.
coffee, and she comes back
Instant
with
coffee.
what was it? It was instant coffee, which I love. I do like instant coffee in certain instances. It's called like I get the
Yeah, the
Nescafe.
Nescafe
If
one.
you look at it on the logo on her instant coffee that she brings in is called he's cafe or
Nescafe.
something like that. So it has the same and it looks the same. I was like, easy,
Yeah, that's one
copyright
thing I love
infringement.
about anime when it comes to like bringing in World War franchises and stuff like that. Especially like with
Yeah, yeah.
McDonald's, like you'll see every variation of like the McDonald's symbol,
But
but
not
not
McDonald's,
McDonald's,
but
but it
almost
is
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Oh, dude, I love that scene. It was I was laughing out loud about that because she comes in with this coffee and they're like they're so rich and snooty. They're like, wait, it's already pre-ground
Yeah,
coffee. What is this instant coffee? And they're like, oh, this is how like poor
yeah.
people have
Like
coffee.
this is a thing.
And
Like they're
everybody's
so amazed by this instant coffee.
this and and Tamaki is like the superhero, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna drink this instant coffee, and everybody applauds him like, wow, you're amazing. And then she Haruhi proceeds to pour coffee
Yeah.
for everybody, and one of the girls is like, I'm afraid that my father might yell at me if I
Yeah.
drink this coffee.
He's gonna disown me if I do
Oh,
this.
yeah, dude, I was rolling. And then Tamaki grabs her and he goes, You could drink it out
Oh
of my
yeah,
mouth.
yeah, yeah. Dude, this show is
I was like, Hey,
hilarious, man. I'm telling you.
it is, man. I was rolling. I like it. it just the way they kind of play up it's
Yeah.
classism. She is like, well, lack of a better term, she is a commoner compared to these like super rich, super wealthy kids, and it's just the different worlds that
Oh
they live
yeah.
in. They don't even have anything to relate to each other. It's just like two
Yeah,
different
like she's like
worlds.
learning about their world, they're learning about her world. Like it's all
Mm-hmm.
introspective for both of them. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even so, like when I do like so you go through the episode and like one by one they all start figuring out she's a girl. And I do like how they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
emphasize like them getting it because they have a row of just light bulbs
Uh-huh.
going off. And it's just like,
Okay, so
yeah,
I didn't get it until the very end because the light bulbs don't really. There's like five
yeah,
of them or five or six of them, and I'm like the first one goes off because they're all
yeah,
dimmed out, and it's just a black background and five light bulbs just kind of in the air, and then one of them goes off. But this after an interaction that she has with
yeah,
somebody, and I'm like, at first I don't get it. I'm like, what is this light bulb? Like, what is this weird transition? I was thinking it was more like a cut scene like you would have from like watching an anime or some sort of
yeah,
show on TV, and they would have this like weird like, okay, we're back to the next episode or back to the
yeah.
scene again. And I'm like, what is this light bulb? Until the very end, and I'm like, oh my
It
gosh,
clicked.
my light bulb just went off.
Your light
It
bulb went
did. It
off, man.
turned on. It did. It did. That was a really great. I mean, I was waiting for it to happen. I was like, when are they all gonna figure
Yeah.
out? Because she has this like Laney Boggs glow up,
Oh yeah,
like a style makeover. They're like, hey, put on this suit. We're gonna make you, because she's wearing like this kind of boyish, homely clothes. It probably
yeah.
corduroys
Corduroy
and some
sweater
sort of
vest type
a
style.
sweater, yeah, sweater vest.
Like she's
Yeah,
like a 40-year-old
she
dad that
she's
lives
got
up in the mountains, man.
she, she she's got like a collection of
Yeah,
rocks or butterflies, or, you know and then of course, as you do, as you like, as a glow up should, the girl or person is wearing glasses. You take the glasses off, come to find out she's a
yeah.
beautiful man. She's a beautiful boy.
And I don't know what it is about
And they're
glasses,
like,
man. I guess glasses don't
yeah,
make you as beautiful.
take
I don't know. That's what it seems like.
take them off, and you know what? She ends up becoming. I don't know if you know this, Joe Angel. I don't know. I'm about to school you on some young kid terms, but she's got
She's
Riz.
got that
Okay,
Riz.
she come to find out, Haruhi is the Rizzard King because she's over here just like. She's like, all right, well, I got to get like a
Yeah.
1,000 customers. Which what the heck does that mean? So she tells the story of like her losing
Yeah.
her mom to all these girls, and these girls are like fawning over her because they think that she's a boy, but she's just really
Yeah.
emotional and like attached to her emotions, and it's like, they find it
Yeah. They find
compelling.
it compelling, appealing. Yeah.
What's the girl who is she's the nasty trickster girl. Do you remember her name?
Oh my gosh, what was her name? Can't remember.
She's the one. She's in the
Yeah.
club and she's up to no good. She
She
doesn't
is not.
like Haruhi. She's jealous. She's jealous of Haruhi and all the attention she's getting from
Yeah.
Tamaki and everybody else. I think she secretly throws her book bag into a water
Yeah, you
fountain.
kind of get
Which, by
that
the way, there's a little.
the kind of like accusation because she's like because when they go through, I really thought it was interesting going to see because they don't colorize them. It's like the colors all in the background, but they're just like silhouettes.
Hmm, hmm.
And so you go through and like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
runs into her in the hallway and that girl mentions something about her bag and then you see Haruhi running out and just talking to herself like maybe she was the one that did it, but oh well. And then while she's down getting her
Hmm.
stuff, Tamaki shows up. It's like, what are you doing? He's like, how'd your bag get up here? And
Yeah,
like she knows, like she knows it was that girl, but she doesn't say it is. She goes,
yeah.
she
That
takes fault. She's like, oh,
that
I must
that
have
is
just dropped it
interesting.
out the window by accident.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that she wouldn't like
Yeah.
say something.
Which, by the way, on that
But
scene where they're
it's
in the water, I love
mhm.
this, like how they did the reflection of the water, like with the sky, like with their
Yeah.
own reflections. Like I loved how they did that.
And they're also like
Yeah,
talking to each other, but they're it's not them per se, it's their reflection that we're seeing having this conversation
yeah,
with each other, which is, I wonder, I mean, like the whole like, who are we looking at? Who is the
yeah,
real Haruhi? Like there's something there's like a double meaning going on here. I thought, yeah, it was really cool. Pretty funny too, because they're like, oh my gosh, Tamaki's like rolled up his pants and he's
Yeah.
in the water. You might get wet. This is
Yeah.
beneath you. Like
But then they all like,
he helps her find
yeah,
her
but then they
wallet.
all like idolize him for that. Like, oh, you're so amazing. You're so great. You helped out the poor.
Yeah, yeah. He, he's so like it's the word I'm looking for. He's dang it. I've lost my words. Where are my
Lost. Where
talkies?
the talkies at? Get a talkie break.
I give the man a talkie. I need a talkie break. Anyway, so we go back up after they find her bag and her wallet and everything, and she ends up talking to this
Yeah.
girl, the girl that supposedly threw the bags, but she's just like, "Oh no, I can't believe that," and they're just kind of playing it off, and she's being really nasty to her, like just like she does. Of course, this girl doesn't know that Haruhi is
Yeah.
actually a girl. And then she goes, you know what? I know what your deal is. You're jealous.
Straight calls her out
And
on it. You're
then,
jealous.
oh, dude, she this girl ends up like throwing the table over and pulls Haruhi on top of her and is like, "Someone help me! I'm being attacked." And I was expecting like, "Oh snap! Like something. This is about to
Yeah.
go down." And then, but everybody's just like, Tamaki comes in and he goes, "You know what? No, you're the
Yeah.
person. You like." I was expecting the opposite. I was expecting them to be like, "What are you doing,
Like all
Haruhi?"
turn
But
on her
it
and
was
stuff.
like, no,
Yeah.
no, he was like a G. He was like, no, I see
Yeah.
right through all your tricks, man. That's a good pimp
Oh
right
yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
a
a
good
good.
pimp. He knows.
He, he he's got his
Yeah.
head on the swivel.
He
Like
he sees he
like a
sees
good
through it
pimp
all.
should. Yeah, yeah. He ends up telling her like, "Hey, you need to
Yeah.
get out of here. Like we know what we know your
Yeah.
games. We know you've been acting.
You think you can play me? You can't play
He
me. I
kicks her
play
out.
you.
He, yeah, exactly. He Big Daddy Canes her, gets her out, and then what was it? I don't know exactly why it culminated into Haruhi going into to the dressing room to get changed.
It was when the twins, because during that scene to cool it down, the twins came over and dropped tea on both of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. And then is that one? Okay, yeah, yeah. They're both
Yeah.
soaking wet with the tea, and so she has to go change, but she changes into a dress. But
Yeah.
before that, Tamaki comes in and he sees her in her
Yeah.
slip, and he's like,
Yeah, because he's just
light
like,
bulb."
because at this point, so at this point, Tamaki is the only one who doesn't realize that Haruhi's a girl. So he just like
He's
walks
the
in
last one.
thinking, oh, it's just a guy, guy's locker room type stuff. So he just walk in just like, oh, hey, here's this and that to say it, like apologize, talk. And he realizes it, steps out of the dressing room and just asks her like point blank, like, hey, are you a girl? And she's like, yeah. And then we get the final light going
This
off.
whole time. And then I was just thinking, like, how progressive is this show? I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know when this show came out, but I'm just thinking like she goes on once again to continue Haruhi's like someone to admire, someone to look up to, someone to kind of like she like she doesn't care about like what people think of her. And she even says it. She's like, "What does it matter if I'm a girl or a guy? Like why can't people just like me
Yeah.
for who I am?" I was like, "How
Yeah,
progressive
because she
of a
even
show?"
starts explaining to you,
Like
like with her hair. She says she got gum in it, and she's like, "I just cut it off." She's like, "It's hair, it'll grow back." The
yeah,
way she
whatever.
dresses, too, she's like, "I
Hmm.
never really, fashion really wasn't my big sense, and it's what I'm comfortable in and stuff like that." Like she starts explaining how
Hmm.
she
Hmm.
is, and it's just like to them, it's just like, "What? That's so crazy."
Yeah, it's wild for them to think because they're so caught up in their beauty, they're so caught up in all their money and being, rich and like beautiful and stuff like that. And so she just doesn't make it. It's not a thing
Yeah,
for
like
Haruhi.
it shows too like the differences in the class too, because like in their
Yeah,
like status and stuff, like appearances do mean a lot and do mean everything. Versus as Haruhi's like in her situation and stuff like that, it's not really how you look, it's how you are. It's what you accomplish and
yeah.
what you can do that's more important.
I love it, man. I don't know where this show goes from here, but I think that's kind of where they hang their hat. It's like Haruhi continues to show these rich folks how to live like
Yeah,
a commoner or like, someone who doesn't put so much emphasis or attention on,
somewhat
superficial
Princess
things.
Bride type stuff. Wait, was it Princess
Yeah,
Bride? Is that the
yeah, a
movie I'm
little bit,
thinking of?
right? No, 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 you're thinking of
Yes,
Princess
that one.
Diaries. One of them
So
princess
it's one of
ones.
those ones.
A little bit Princess Bride too. She says something. He says something at the beginning, or where they're
Yeah,
about to get married. You will find her not so common
yeah.
anymore, or
So,
something like that. I don't know. Look it up in the movie. Joe Angel, put the
put the
clip.
clip. I'll
Okay.
find the
Anyway,
clip somewhere.
uh, when did this show come out? Because it feels really progressive for it's like,
For when they,
but it also it also looks not old, but it looks a little bit like it's an older anime, but it has such like kind of progressive undertones that it feels like it's a
yeah.
newer anime.
So this was based off a manga by Bisco Hattori, and the manga came out in September of 2002 and ran all the way till November of 2010. And then,
Oh
yeah,
wow,
so that was the manga.
see, 02 to
Yeah,
10. I mean, that's for 02 to 10. I don't know. Like that just seems I mean, that's new enough, but like for people to have that kind of outlook
yeah,
on the world, where there's some like acceptance of an androgyny or like, some sort of like sexual awareness
yeah,
in a way that it was just kind of accepting. I mean, I don't know if the Western culture, American culture was as progressive as this
yeah.
is now. You know what I'm saying? Like as they are now.
Yeah,
Go on.
because that was the manga. And then the anime came out in April of 2006 and aired all the way till September of 2006. And it had 26 episodes. That's
That's
it.
it.
26 episodes. That's it. There's like people, there's been
Interesting.
like, everybody's been waiting on the second season because obviously anime finished before the manga did and the manga still went on. So a lot of people are just like waiting to
Mm-hmm.
see if they're ever going to announce a second season, which there's been no like any word on the second season, and sometimes will happen. Some animes will just end after one season and you never get a second season. I know I've watched plenty of anime that has done that's happened to you, and it's just kind of like, just come on, do it. You got it. You know you can do it, but
Is that I mean, so it's got a following then. This
yeah,
show
yeah, yeah.
does.
It's a pretty popular one. Like this thing has
I can see
so
why
much to it.
it's pretty funny. I mean, I'm guessing we're gonna. I don't know where this. I mean, I can't imagine how far it goes because like she just has to pay back the vase.
Yeah.
How long is that gonna take? But I'm guessing we find out about maybe her family
Yeah,
or where
going
she
through the
comes from
series,
a little
like
bit
you get more,
more.
like I said, you get more in depth on her family, her home life, like where she came from, and like I said, you get more in depth on
Hmm.
the host club members themselves. Like you get to know each and every one of them, their background, what their families are, like how they're rich and stuff like that. Like the finale of the episode, like oh man, like I say, those last episodes, probably last 5 episodes of the season is like really great. Like it gets super intense.
Okay,
But I will tell
and
you like how popular this is because it has a visual novel game which came out on the PS2.
whoa, Joe Angel, we're on PS5,
Yeah,
bro.
I know, man.
Uh,
That's how like
Dang,
so basically the game is just like it's
interesting.
like a novelization. Like you play Haruhi in a game,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of like a decision based game too. Because like you go through the game and like your choices affect like how well you interact with all the other characters and stuff like that. And
It's
it even like that came out in April 2007, and then they kind of
uh-huh.
like
Oh, wow.
updated it for the Nintendo DS in 2009. So there's like two
So is
versions of
it
the
like
game.
it's a wholesome school style Grand Theft
Wholesome
Auto,
Schools,
except
Grand Theft
for instead
Auto.
of you're not like beating up drug dealers and
Nah.
hookers, you're teaching people how to be sweet
Yeah.
and kind and you know that's crazy. I'm trying to imagine this video game.
Yeah.
I can't-
Just think of
I'm
like
so
those
used to
like the ads that you see on Facebook where it's just like the stills
oh
and they're just talking with the word bubbles.
okay, okay. Hey, you know what, Jojo? Out of wait a second. You explained it so well. I'm pretty sure I can see it now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they already had that arrow on that vase that
But there
one
you go. That's all you
time. I
need.
can see it. I can see it. It's almost a video game already. That's pretty popular then. Yeah. I mean, they don't just make video games out of
They
anything.
don't. And they don't make live actions either.
Uh, yeah, that is crazy. Wait, this isn't like this doesn't do like a Did they make a live action? I mean, I could kind of see it actually now that I think about it. I could see this as a live action. I mean, what's that one movie? She's the
She's a
man.
man. Yeah,
She's the man. It's kind of remember. Do you remember that one?
yeah,
She's like
yeah.
playing
She's a
soccer,
man.
but she pretends to be a boy.
Yeah, that type of
I'm trying
stuff.
to think. Ladybugs is the same thing. I don't know if you saw
I think I
that
never
one.
saw
That
that
one
one.
was with Rodney Dangerfield, and once again, it's a boy. No, no, this time it's a boy playing as a girl to so that he can play soccer and like dominate. What is it? Juwanna
Joanna
Man? We've seen
Man.
that.
Well, I'll tell you, those movies are easier
I
to
don't.
find than this live action.
Is there an actual
There
live action
is.
of
There's
this?
a TV series
Oh
live action that came out in July of 2011 and ran till September
you
of
know,
2011. And there's only 11 episodes of it.
I don't know how I feel about
I
it. I
was
don't know
saying,
how I should.
so I watched the clip
You
of it.
know,
Like I was able to find, because I was trying to
uh-huh.
find where to watch it. I was able to find a clip and watch like some of the first episode. And the style and the way they shot it reminded me so much of a novella. Like, if you seen how novellas are shot, like that's how this was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
shot. It was just like, as soon as the
Oh,
opening scene
like
came out, I was
over.
all like, I feel like I'm watching a novella right now.
Oh, it's like it's got that soft like filter
Yeah.
over everything, and it looks like a home
Yeah,
movie
that's
a
what it looks.
little
I don't know what
bit.
it is. It might just be because we grew up here in America and all the American shows were shot a certain way to where everything else
Uh-huh,
just looks
uh-huh.
strange to us. But if Mexico's doing it and Japan's doing it, that's got to be the standard for the world.
It really, hey, don't interrupt me when I'm watching my
Don't interrupt me,
novellas,
man. I'll
okay?
tell you.
I got my Takis out and I'm watching my stories. Don't mess with me when I watch my stories. I just like I'm just thinking like I mean this is not a conversation for us to have or for us to try to figure it out. But I don't know how well that plays in 2023 as a girl pretending to be a boy and then like I don't know if that's I don't know.
It's
I don't
gonna
know.
be, I don't know, it's gonna be weird
It's gonna
because it
be
wasn't.
it's gonna
Just
be
when it came out, the age in that time was so different. There's so many different things going on
hmm
at that
hmm
time, and it was just like,
Well, you could tell me then. I mean, because it's fine. It's no spoiler. But does she continue to pretend to be a boy for the club?
yeah,
Okay. I like how hesitant you were about that. You're like, yes.
yes, they'll get to stuff
Uh,
eventually.
okay. No
But what's
spoilers. But
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
and it's cool about the live action too because even though it was only 11 episodes, they did make a movie that picked off where the live action series ended, and they used the same
What?
actors from the live action series in the movie because the movie came out
That's wild.
in March of 2012. So it wasn't that long after the show ended, so it seemed like they already had it planned out and stuff like that. And this one also has a stage
That
play to it too.
Good grief, dude. Like I don't understand. I mean, like I guess there is a following, but like in America, you watch a show and the whole thing is always like, "Oh, we're going to do six
Yeah,
seasons in a movie." And that like kind of marks like this is a successful
yeah.
show. Like people are watching it. It has to be on TV for a good long while, and then after that they're like, "All right, let's try to make it into a movie because then we can have a following." Not this. They're like, "We got 11 episodes. We're
Movie.
making a movie."
We got books, we got games, we got a stage play, we got a movie, we got everything.
Oh, I mean, what else is
What
missing? I
else is there could
mean,
be done? Shadow puppets,
I mean, chat. They're gonna have toys in the
McDonald's Happy
McDonald's
Meal.
Happy Meals. I do want me a Pimp Daddy Kane Tamaki, action figure. He's got like coffee kung fu grip.
Oh, yeah. And that, oh, dude. Even so what you think about the music on this too?
I actually really liked the music. I thought it all played to it really well. Like there's like a sense of like lightness and kind of goofy and funniness when it needed to be. Like I don't feel like every now and then there's some of the music that kind of like somebody just threw something in there and it feels kind of haphazard. This one feels pretty like it all lends itself pretty well to the like all the like
Yeah,
interstitial stuff, like the music behind all the things that are happening. It all kind of lends itself when it needs to be like kind of soft and sweet. It's soft and sweet, like you don't have any kind of tonal problems with it. except for at the end, and it's not completely, like they just do that
Yeah.
anime thing. We've got a pop punk rock song, which I loved. I'm like, this is like, let's see here, kind of, not Fallout Boy, but it's, what year did you say this was? 2007?
2006. So this was
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
was I would say the beginnings of Fallout Boy, beginnings
yeah,
of
yeah.
Paramore, like that type of stuff, like that pop
Uh-huh.
punk
Yeah,
type.
I can hear it.
Because the song for the ending is called "Shiso" by Last Alliance, and I actually have that on my playlist.
Dude, oh, okay. So is how much of it is in English? Because I'm hearing the song and they're like, right? They sing some of it in English,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
they?
Even like the actual song they sing, some of it in English, some of it I think it's in Japanese. But it's back to what I brought up a while back to some Japanese bands. They'll have some songs where they sing English. They'll have some Japanese. Um, there's one prominent band I listen to called I Hate. It's like a lot of their songs are in English, but they're a Japanese band, and it's
Hmm.
just like pertaining to what the band wants to do for the most part. Yeah,
It's super good, and you know what? Their English is super great. I'm like listening to it, and I'm like, maybe they got somebody else to sing this part of it. I'm like, no, dude,
yeah,
it
it's them.
is clear. I'm like, is this a guy who knows English and then he sings in Japanese, or does this guy
He
know Japanese
sings in
and he
English.
sings in English every now and then? Yeah, it is good. Like I'm like, dude, this I could rock out to this. If
Yeah,
2007, it's not just a phase.
not just a phase,
Sal,
mom.
he's got.
It
I've
was
got,
never a
I
phase.
got my no, I got, I've got eye makeup on right now, bro. I mean, I'm like,
Oh, I
I
can't remember.
loved
Did we
it,
get the
dude.
intro song of this one? Did we jump right into it?
Yes, we did. No,
We
we
get a
get an
song.
intro song to
Yeah,
this
because the
one.
intro song is called
I'm trying to think
Sakura
though.
Kiss, and that's by Chiko
Hmm.
Kawabe.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, this one I
Which
felt
that
like
one was more kind of
it
like a
was kind
poppy
of.
feel to it.
Yeah, you know what? I remember the song. Yeah, it's a little different. Like it's a little bit more. It's not pop punk rock. It's more kind of like not Dance Dance Revolution-y. I gotta come up with a better way to describe some of these songs because it sounds like I'm putting it down. I'm not putting it down. I thought it was great. I was in the middle of writing down the synopsis when song was going on, so I don't know if I was paying too much attention. But you know what? Hey, by the way, some of these. Here's another question for you: the slice of
Yeah.
life thing. I got two questions for you. Slice of life
Uh-huh.
stuff. They don't because they're not doing like magical, mystical stuff. A little bit. The intros and the outros. The characters aren't like gonna fly through the sky or fall and have a hand grab or
Some of them will.
it's just
Some
it's
of
a
them
little.
will.
Some of them will. They'll follow the
Yeah.
tropes. I feel like these haven't really followed that too much. It's not like completely like anime typical stuff that we've watched. Like the what's oh gosh, I'm blanking on it with when it's just directed towards
Oh, Shonen.
boy animes.
Yeah.
Shonens are more like, guy looks in mirror, turns to black and white. There's
Yeah.
eyes,
Guys looking in
then
mirrors,
there's
fights going
hands.
on, like people running and jumping
Yeah, someone.
off buildings.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not happening in Slice of Life because they don't need to
Nah,
run
they
and
don't.
jump off of
There's no
buildings.
reason for it.
Okay, here's the other question I have for you. And this is just for research purposes only, Joe Angel. It does okay, so in shonens, there is what they call what we've talked about fan service. Is there fan service for these for girls or for these kind of for the shojo kind of stuff? Is there like a am I seeing some of this like later on down the line?
Yeah,
Does it
there'll be
look what does
some
it
fan
look like
service
if
type
there
stuff.
is?
Probably not in the sense of how like we saw it in Shonen, like a different type of fan service
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Would you think that like that brotherly interaction where they
I would
almost
say that was like
kiss or
tame fan service.
like
Yeah,
lady
like
fan
lady
service,
fan
like
service.
very
Yeah,
subtle, like
yeah.
very subtle. Okay,
Like it wasn't
okay,
anything
okay,
like
okay,
we
okay,
saw in
okay.
like Soul Eater or Five Forest.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody in a hot
Nah.
tub with only
Yeah.
bubbles. Okay, okay, okay.
All right. I have a
All
question
right,
for you.
okay. Go for it.
So, since you watched this primarily in English dubs, as we've talked,
Mm-hmm.
did you
Mm-hmm.
notice any of the voices sounding familiar?
Oh, snap. You know what? I bet I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead. And I'm gonna take a guess. Is the Green Ranger in this?
He is not. Nah.
Oh man, dude, I was hoping he was, because supposedly he's in everything.
But I will say that our main character, Haruhi, has been
Uh-huh.
in some of the ones that we watched.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to place the voice. It's kind of a
Yeah.
lower tone, kind of straightforward. Who would it
So
be?
Haruhi, whose voice in the English by Caitlin Glass, voices Momo
Uh-huh.
in Housing Complex C.
Oh, snap. Yeah. I can see
And
that. Oh, which go on.
she
Go on. Go
also
on. Go on.
voices in our special Halloween episode that we released. She voices Moneypenny, which was the chick in the glasses during it's gonna be kind of like, it was like a quick scene, but it was, I
Uh-huh.
think, while they were talking to Grant, I think. But she's like one of the background
Yes, that's right.
characters. But yeah.
Okay, real quick.
So she plays
Mm.
Moneypenny in that. She plays a character in Fire Force. And so she's been in some like other
I,
ones that
I
we watched too. But I was like wondering if you like recognized her voice.
recognize the voice. No, but I do really like the tone
Yeah.
of her voice in the dub, by the way. She
Yeah.
does
And it's not that far off too
it
from like the
feels
Japanese stuff either. Like as far as tone goes, like
yeah.
they're pretty much almost even with the English dub.
They do a great thing to make her voice kind of where it's like, oh, this could be a
Yeah.
girl or this could be
It's
a
kind of like
guy.
that
And it's like right down the
tomboyish
middle of
kind of fits the
yeah.
whole look
Yeah.
of her
It's
character.
it really does. It really does. They capture that in the voice and it's
Which,
pretty brilliant.
by the way, so this, I always think about this, and it always crosses my mind. But since we've done podcasts before. You've heard our voices recorded before.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Does your voice sound like how you thought it would sound when you go back and listen to yourself?
Hmm. You know, every now and then I get to talking to somebody else about the podcast and somebody else they've heard our clips and just recently I was talking to somebody and they were saying you sound that doesn't sound like you sound younger than you actually and I'm not gonna say how old I am because I don't want to get roasted by the weebs of the world. I'm not listening to this old man. He
This
doesn't
old man
even,
doesn't know
you
it.
know.
The future is now, old man.
This old man has no riz, and you know what? He's cap and for real, on guard. Yeah, I feel like I sound like I think I sound, which is kind of weird to say because everybody was always like, "Oh, that's weird. Like that doesn't sound like me at all." I think maybe I do talk too fast, and, and I think in your mind you think your voice is lower than it
Yeah.
actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That
I
always
think I.
crosses my mind. Ever since, because I've done podcasts before. If you do this one, I go back and listen. I edit
Mhm.
it and I hear my voice, and I'm like, man, I don't feel like I
That ain't me.
sound like that, but I guess I do. Also, because I've been told to, you know me for a while, so I'm pretty sure you probably know this, but I've been
Uh-huh.
told that I talk like kind of low, as in like quiet a little bit. Like
Uh-huh.
I've been told that a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah,
which
yeah,
to me,
yeah.
like in my head, I sound like I'm talking normal and loud, but
Mm-hmm,
like other
mm-hmm.
people are like, oh, you kind of talk kind of low and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, well, like I don't know how to explain it. Like in my head, I feel like I'm loud enough to where everybody can hear me.
That's interesting. Joe Angel, you know what? Maybe we should try our hand at doing anime overdubbing.
Ooh,
I think we could do it,
who'd
bro.
you voice?
You know,
Which
like
host would you voice?
I, you dude, you and I could do the
Oh,
twins. I mean, I think that's
oh yeah.
No. I don't think I could do it, man. But you know what? I could probably do Haruhi, like I could put on a little higher pitched voice or, like
In
in
between.
between.
Yeah.
Because like every now and then, if you caught me in the morning, if we recorded this in the morning, I'd have a
You got
real
that
low tone
low voice.
voice.
You got that
Yeah, I got
working out
that
all the
morning
key,
voice.
that deep groggle voice.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah. What's going on, baby? I got that. But in the day, like after I've had all my candy for the day, I got
After all the candy, after all the
this high pitched
Takis,
fast voice. Yeah. I get that high pitch. I got that
that
guac
guac
talk. I
talk.
got that guac talk.
Oh, man. All right. Well, coming to the end of our episode. Sal,
Mm-hmm.
How many customers are you gonna give this anime?
No. I got one better. I mean, how many vases am
How
I
many
gonna break,
bases
bro?
are you gonna
How many
break?
8 million yen vases will I break? Okay, from one to
From one to
five,
five.
five being the most vases. Man, dude, I really enjoyed this a whole lot. It was once again super fun, super chill. Like it's almost like a break a little bit. Like you want to kind of, I don't know, it feels, what's the word I'm looking? It's kind of
Yeah,
comforting. Like these slice of life shows are kind of comforting in a way that you just there's no like there's no, I mean there's a little bit of drama,
yeah,
but there's some sweetness to it. It's kind of like a little bit of a mind cleanse, a little bit of a mind wipe of, where you just kind of you can
yeah.
throw it on and kind of like have a chill out time, like just
Like if
kind of
you're
hang
looking
out a
just to
little
like
bit.
hang out, chill, nothing too crazy, this is like the way to go.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just kind of a fun watch. So, I'm gonna probably break like at least four vases for this one, dude. Like, I'm putting it on the list, especially because it's not too much to watch. It's only, I mean, the episodes are
Yeah,
fast once again, and there's only 3 seasons. I'm about it. I'm about it. I'm breaking some
breaking
vases,
some
bro.
vases about it. All right, guys. Well, there you got it. We have come to the end of our episode. Once again, as always, leave a like, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about this episode. Let us know if you would go to a host club. Let us know if you would break a vase. Go,
Wait. No, you know what? No,
go.
how about this? You know what? Leave a comment somewhere and let us know what the heck is
Yeah.
happening. Do you know? I don't know, Joe Angel. How is she making money about hosting people? Let me
Let's
know.
know how this is
Put a
going to
comment
turn out
somewhere.
and work out. Let us know
Yeah,
what
explain
these kids
explain
are
to me.
doing at this school.
Yeah, that's what I want. Just let me know what they're doing at school.
All
Go
right.
on.
And as always, guys,
Wrap
we
it up.
do have an Instagram and TikTok you can follow at Anime Me Pod, where we post clips about our upcoming episodes. You can also leave a comment there about what you thought of the episodes, if there's anime you want us to watch, and stuff like that. Leave us a comment anywhere, and leave us a like, leave us a follow, and just spread the word about these good, loving, fun animes. All
Yeah.
right, guys. Well, we'll see you on the next one.
Peace. Drop that beat.